Hey, good morning. We're heading down to breakfast right at 6 a.m., right when it opens, so we can get on to the next leg of our adventure. I think I feel another waffle in store. Smoothies this morning. I don't know if this is a Friday thing, but the breakfast is stepped up today with those smoothies and the pressed juice, and wow. So we just returned the Corvette. It was a lot of fun to drive, especially with that top down. It was a lot of fun. So now we're just waiting in the Enterprise lobby for our Lyft to take us to Union Station, where we're gonna catch our train. All right, so we're in the Union Street Station. Look how gorgeous it is in here. Look at the ceilings in here. Oh, so cool. So we grabbed some Starbucks and walked down this long hallway. And there's our train to Seattle. Leaves in just about an hour.
Good morning, may I have your attention please? Amtrak passengers traveling on the Coast Starlight, train number 14, is now arriving on track 7.
So this is the roomette, one of the roomette areas on this Amtrak Coast Starlight, and this is our room right here. You can see it has a seat here, another seat here, and a little table in the middle. And something I thought was kind of cool was that there's actually like a checkerboard on here. So I don't know if there's pieces somewhere on the train where you can play. And then you can see there's a little reading light. Looks like a temperature control and an outlet. There is not much roomette storage. There's some space right here where you can like lay your bag and stuff. But down below is where we put our bigger suitcases. And this up here is the second bed, so this folds down. And then these seats fold in to make the other bed. So again, we'll give you more updates on this as we kind of learn how to use it and play with it, but we're here, we're on the train. Our meals are actually included with this roomette. I thought they were, but I wasn't 100% sure, but I'm happy to hear that it is included. I'm really excited. I can't wait to start on this journey. I've never been on like an overnight train trip like this, so it should be a lot of fun. And I also heard another passenger say that the side that we're on is the good side to be on. All right, we're off and on our way out of LA. Oh, this is so neat so far. My finger's huge. That right there is the Griffith Observatory. Another nice crew member came over and asked us what time we wanted our lunch and dinner reservation. So this is what the card kind of looks like. Seems like they're going to make an announcement for times, and then we just head on to the dining car. Oh, this is so neat. I'm really enjoying this. So since we're in one of the dining cars, we do have the option to just eat in our car instead of the dining room. So I think we're gonna do that. And here's a look at the lunch menu. I think I'm gonna go for these steamed mussels, and I think Bryce is getting the burger. We drove along this same road yesterday, but just to get this elevated perspective of the Pacific it's gorgeous. Getting a little bit higher now. We're pulling into Santa Barbara, and if you watched the previous video, we went to Santa Barbara yesterday. And they just said that Santa Barbara is the first fresh air stop. So that means you can get off. I think you have to stay on the platform. I think that's what he said. You can't wander off too far. But I think we're gonna get off here and just see what the fresh air stop is like. So we're outside in Santa Barbara, and I would say definitely, if the weather's nice, take advantage of these fresh air stops. Great time to stretch your legs. This is a good time to show kind of what a tight squeeze these staircases are, especially when you're lugging up your luggage. Pack a little lighter if you can. Kind of one tip that I have is to book early if you know you want to take this trip, because we're on the side of the train that gets all these coast views and I'm assuming it's just because we booked earlier than people. I actually don't know that, but I just assume they assign this side first. But you're definitely going to want this view for sure. So if you do decide to get your meal delivered, it kind of comes all packaged up nicely. These are our desserts. Our drinks were in here. There's some butter for the bread in there. This is our bread. And then these are our 2 meals. Bryce got the hamburger. And then I got the mussels. Wow, when I lifted up that dome, you can really smell the buttery garlic sauce that it's in. Talk about lunch with a view. The mussels are really, really good. I'm not like a mussels connoisseur or anything, but they taste good. The sauce on the mussels is pretty good. It tastes like kind of herby, not very like rich, buttery. Just, it tastes like a slight hint of butter with a lot of herbs. Also tasted some of the chips that came with Bryce's hamburger, and those taste good, just average kettle chips. Oh, and I also did want to say that the serving size, I did not expect to get this many mussels, so that was something I was really happy with, was the amount of mussels I got. Here's the chocolate tart dessert that I got with my lunch. I think that's whipped cream on top. Excuse its appearance, it's been sitting in the tin foil for a while. But let's see how it is. I just took the first bite. Now if you love chocolate, you're gonna love this. But it is very rich and dense dessert. So I don't know if I'm gonna finish it because I'm not the biggest chocolate fan, but definitely if you love chocolate, order this one. We're passing by this tower of some sort. That white structure said NASA on it, so I'm not sure what that is. I don't think we're ever going to get a break from this great scenery to kind of explore the train, so now is as good a time as ever, so let's go do some exploring of the rest of the train. So we're in a roomette. This is one of the rooms, so you can kind of see you get like way more space there and your own like sink, and there's probably a bathroom in there as well. Yep, see, here's the bathroom area. So yeah, just a little more space and your own bathroom is the big thing. So as you can see, the walking around is a little bit, you gotta keep your balance, and it's not very much space either, but it's an adventure. Also, I'm gonna show you what it's like to walk between cars. That part's a little scary. Another thing to note is there's unlimited coffee if you're in one of the sleeping cars. Here's one of the tables in the dining car. This is the business class area. So we're in the sightseer car right now. This is just open seating for anyone. It's so bright in here and beautiful. You can see that they have the windows above you as well. So a great place to sit and meet some of your fellow passengers. So we just got done walking around the train, and I have not earned my train legs yet. It's kind of scary walking in between the cars your first couple of times, but you get used to it. And then another thing is when 2 people are coming down the aisle at the same time, you kind of have to just duck into an aisle and let them pass, or vice versa. So you kind of learn the etiquette of the train, and I mean, it's kind of cool to explore and see different parts of the train and enjoy the view from a different spot for a while. I'm so used to going to Disney and, you know, people waving at the train or the monorail as it goes by. It's kind of cool to see, like we just passed a little neighborhood and a mom and her little boy were sitting on the sidewalk waving as the train goes by. So it's really cool passing through some of these small towns and just taking it all in. Here's a look at the dinner options. Again, we're gonna eat in our roomette. I'm leaning towards this land and sea combo. Basically a flat iron steak with a crab cake. I think Bryce is looking at this pasta. Dinner is served. Here's Bryce's rigatoni. Looks like he's got some ground beef in there, tomato sauce. And this is mine. I got the baked potato, green beans. This is steak and a crab cake on top. And this is some béarnaise sauce that I can just pour on top of everything. Oh, this looks good. And again, this is important to note that if you do get a roomette on this Coast Starlight Amtrak train, you can get anything on the lunch or dinner menus included with your roomette. First bite impressions. The steak seems to be cooked a perfect medium rare, which is how I ordered it. And it's got a good little crunch where the grill hit it with that extra char. Very tender piece of meat as well. The crab cake has way more crab than I expected to be in it. I'm used to crab cakes with like more breading, which isn't like my favorite thing. Very happy with this meal again. I did pour that béarnaise sauce all over the crab cake and steak, and it's good. It's not, I don't really notice it really. It's not overpowering. It's not distracting too much from the crab cake or the steak. The baked potato and the green beans are good as well. The sun is setting on our first day on the Coast Starlight. I think we're planning to walk around the train and see some of the areas we haven't seen yet, and then kind of just relax in our roomette after that. We're thinking maybe we should get some good views of the stars along the way, so if it comes out on camera, I'll definitely show you that. We did take one more walk around the train. I was in search of, I read somewhere that there was a movie theater on board, as well as a like parlor area. Apparently the parlor car was removed in 2018, so that's where all that extra stuff was that I was kind of looking for. So we just took one more walk around, and as you can see, it's nighttime, so we're gonna fold out the beds. I'll show you what that looks like as well. Yeah, and just sort of tuck in for the night. So as I told you before, the two seats in this roomette fold out and form a bed, but there's also this bunk. It was easy enough to just pull this handle and just pull it down. So I'm gonna climb up here and show you how much room there is. So there's this net that you can, and you probably should because it's rocking a lot right now. There's this net that you can hook up so you won't fall out. It hooks up right here and right here. So now, allegedly, I'm not gonna roll out of this. And I'm just gonna lay in this. I'm 5'9" and I have plenty of leg room up here. I, of course, can't sit all the way up, and there's no window up here. But still, it's a pretty nice bunk area for you to sleep in.